All right, so I'm Danielle, and this is Core to the Maz. This is CoreMaz Meals, Corey.
Oh, jeez.
So first off, I want to say how much I do respect you. You are one of my really good friends.
I don't know, it started watering all of a sudden. I wish I was crying and just started watering all of a sudden.
I know, you're going to make my eyes
I looked at you and I was like, whoa.
So first off, I just want to say how much I do respect you. We're actually really good friends, but I just have a lot of respect for you for being in your 20s and being able to create this company from the bottom until being one of the #1 meal prep companies all over the valley. So
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
I enjoy doing what I do, so it makes it fun. I get to feed my friends. I get to feed other people. So it's always something nice.
Yeah, you can definitely tell.
A little bit about me. Corey Masanotti. I'm actually born in Canada. I moved here when I was about 7, 8 years old and lived in Arizona since then. I started CoreMaz Meals about 5 years ago and love it. I get to feed people every single day, which is always nice. And there's a lot of nice response from people when you give them delicious food, and it makes their life a lot easier.
I love it. Yeah, you can definitely tell how genuine you are about your food and how much you do actually care about what you're giving to people. The quality of the food, the thought process behind the food. I feel like you're having new items every single week pop up. There's something else that I think is really cool that you involve other companies as well. You have the donut, the protein donuts, the cookies. Do you want to tell a little bit about that? How you?
So with new meals, one of the things you said about new meals, I look with people, they always want to eat healthy, but always new meals entice you to want to eat something different. And so you'll see a new meal drop, you'll want that meal, and then you'll decide to get a couple extra meals to go along with it, which saves your time. Rather than having like the same meal all the time, which most people don't like. You don't go to McDonald's, every single day of the week. You go to McDonald's, you go to Chipotle, you go to Subway, you switch it up. So that's why we try to put a new meal out every single week so that you have options, to pick meals from. And then, what was the other question you had?
I've seen how you have other companies within your company. So. Oh
yes, so I do quite a few meals throughout the week. And to make it easier, I'd rather have like a specific company that specifies in certain things. Like the cookies that we have, like that's a whole other company because they do a great job. I have no complaints about their cookies. They're delicious. They're made fresh. And I just don't have the manpower and the time to make something that quality. So I'd rather just bring it in and provide my clients with that quality of food for at the same time.
I also think it's cool that you involve other people's companies into yours and have them have a little bit of a shine to help them make sales too. So I think.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
You got to help everybody. Everybody's got to eat, and in more ways than one. You got to try to make people be as successful as possible. Because if you don't build the people around you, you're never going to build yourself.
Yeah, that is true. So why the meal prepping company? So I know that you have such a passion for food. Most of your friends that are very close to you call you the food daddy. So you are such a big lover of food. How come not a restaurant or a food truck? You went more for the
It originally all started off for myself. So I was working 2 jobs at the time. I was working at Chili's and I was working at the airport for Southwest Airlines. And it was just spending more money on food than I was making per hour. So one meal was $12, I'm only making $10.75. So it slowly just transformed from me asking somebody to cook my meals for me to then people seeing that I was eating really good food and wondering where I was getting it to then them asking me hey, can I order from you? So it kind of was just a transition that just happened gradually over time with taking care of one of my personal needs, which was making sure that I didn't have to go home after being on the tarmac at the airport putting bags on the plane for all hours to stand in front of a grill to cook hot food and then package it and do all those things. So I figured out a way to get somebody that I worked with as a chef to cook all the food for me. I paid him for the food, I paid him for his service, and then I had meals. And then slowly people started seeing it. And kind of just went from there.
So you had someone making your meals for you, and then you had other people involved as well that wanted the same meals that you were doing?
Yeah, so I started making I think it was like a couple chicken meals, a couple turkey meals, and like just a couple sides. It was literally 21 meals was the first request that I asked him to make for me, because 3 meals a day, and that's what I was doing at the time. And then from there, he made me like, it was like 40 or 50 meals, because that's the product that I gave him. He's like, just freeze them. I don't want to do this next week. And I decided that like, oh, I'm going to eat them, and then here, you can have one of these. I'm the oldest of 5, so I gave them to my siblings and my mom and my dad and said, here, have some food this week. And then they were like, oh, wow, that's actually pretty good. And it started snowballing from person to person. People at work were asking about it. So.
How crazy. And then how did you find out, like, the consistency of your food to, like, you make a ton of meals. And I feel like when I get a bag of chicken, a bag of turkey, a bag of salmon, broccoli, it's always consistently the same. You know, it's always good quality.
It's always about, like, temperatures, especially when it comes to, like, meat. There's like a temperature range that I can't share the secrets to, but if you look it up online, you'll probably be able to find it pretty easily. And you just got to learn how to cook it to that inner temperature. And if you can do that consistently, which, I mean, the grill does that, the oven does that, there's many different things, and using thermometers, you can easily get to that consistency every time. It's just the biggest part is most people just overcook their food because they don't know what the inside temperature is supposed to be at. The inside temperature might only be up to 100 degrees, let's say, which is way over potentially.
Yeah.
Those aren't actual numbers, but if it's over, you're just having really dry chicken. If it's under, it's undercooked.
Yeah, I will say that that's one of the things in my early competitive years. I would meal prep every like Monday or Sundays, and my chicken would be so dry. So I'm so thankful for your food. Definitely always consistently the same quality. So, I mean, I get it. You can look on the internet and try to figure it out yourself, but it's just easier to have someone else that kind of understands food a little bit better.
It makes it simple.
Yeah.
Is the whole point. I try to make it simple for everybody to, all you have to do is go online, you order, click an order, and it gets delivered to you.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about going to the grocery store and dealing with like all the crazies out there, all the people doing like the mass things. You don't got to worry about any of that. Then when you come home, you got to unload all the groceries, and then you got to cook them, making a mess, and followed up by doing all the dishes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work that you have to do to eat proper.
Oh,
and most people won't even do that work. They'll just say, okay, let's go to McDonald's or Chipotle or somewhere like In-N-Out just to get fast food. Which, not saying that it's not the right thing to do, but if you're trying to take care of yourself, you don't want to be eating that all the time. Yeah. Every once in a while isn't a bad. But when it comes to like consistently, that's why people look the way they do now.
Yeah. And then your ingredients and everything, it's very high quality. Do you try to go for more organic?
The organic's hard because honestly, like at most of the stores that I shop at, like they don't have a big organic section because it's such a small market, and you have to get it through somebody else. So I definitely get all like the freshest food that I can possibly get through all my distributors. Everything gets cooked throughout the weekend, prepped on the weekend, and then delivered fresh to you on Monday. So we don't freeze anything. All of our ingredients, we try to keep it as minimal as possible when it comes to ingredients, sauces, and like anything that's supposed to be bad for you. As people would say, or they really watch, because we're gonna make it just taste good, and then you can go home and spoil it and make it worse if you want to add more barbecue sauce or you want to add some salt and pepper or like anything like that. Yeah. That's not going to be ours. The way the meal is going to come, we'll let you add those things as you like. Yeah. Because I'd rather you add it than be able to try to take it off or say, oh, there's too much sauce in here.
That is true. I didn't even think about that, how you do have it very simple. And then do you guys just, is it like a team of you that got sit down and kind of go over the ingredients of a food or a food idea? Like, oh, we should do the biscuits and gravy. Like, does someone think of that?
So usually, like, I come up with a lot of the things just because it's originally started for me and what I want to eat. Like, that's kind of the motto of my business was I'm just here to feed myself. And then all of a sudden I was just feeding, a lot of other people because the food is good. So I just think of things that I would like and okay, cool, biscuits and gravy. That sounds good. I love biscuits and gravy. How could I make it healthy to where people are going to want to be able to eat it? Okay, the chicken and waffles is another one that I have. I like chicken and waffles. They're good. How can I make it to where it's enjoyable for other people and still healthy and they're going to want to like have that for a meal, and they're actually going to want to eat. So I come up with a lot of them, and then I pass them on to like the cooks that I have and make sure like they can make it happen. You know what I mean? If it makes it easy, like if it's going to be like, this meal is going to take way too much work to like be able to build.
Yeah.
Or it's not going to last in the fridge for the whole week. Little things like that come into play. And then once you get all that figured out, I talk to like nutritionists. The nutritionist will sit there and like break everything down and say, hey, okay, we're going to switch this for this.
Wow.
To try to make everything a little bit healthier and as healthy as possible and balanced. So like some of the meals, they're just like, can't do that one. It's way too high in fats or like way too high in carbs, and I'm just like not really balanced. The idea is to have them as balanced as possible and make it work to where if you do get a super high calorie meal, you do have a smaller meal that is less calorie that'll still make your day even out.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know you had a nutritionist involved
Mm-hmm.
as well. Wow.
Yeah, so she's been with us for a little while.
Yeah.
I have two of them. One is hit or miss.
Yeah.
And then the other one, take care of it.
So do you have, so you have a pretty big team. You have people in the kitchen, you have people delivering.
Yep.
Take us through like a kitchen day. So you have people making the food, packing the food.
So groceries get done throughout the week just to make sure that everything's there.
Is that just you shopping for it?
I do all the groceries, yes.
Oh, no way.
I just do that because I want to make sure like the quality is there.
Yeah.
I can order my groceries like you can do like at Walmart and things like that. But however, I've noticed that the person picking the groceries doesn't always care about what he's picking as much.
Yes.
So I make sure to go in there personally and like pick all the groceries myself so that I can physically see what I'm getting and what I know I'm going to be giving to the clients. This way there's like never like a problem in there. And it always,
stuff.
yeah, nothing questionable, never a problem. It's just like seamless. I know that they're going to get the best quality, not have to worry about like, oh, they're not going to get something good this week because this person picked the wrong box of peppers. He picked an old box of peppers compared to a newer box.
Yeah, they're not really looking at the dates.
Right, little things like that.
Yeah.
So I do all the grocery shopping, and then Friday everybody comes in and they start getting like all the prep stuff done. They get all the prepping of the vegetables, the sauces, like all the little things, and it goes step by step each day. So like Friday's all the prepping. Like Friday night and Saturdays, like cooking gets done, and then everything gets packaged on Sunday and delivered on Monday.
Wow.
So it's just like a whole process. I have people there from 8 o'clock till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes, just because like there's 2 different shifts, just to make sure that like everything can get cooked and cooled at like the right temperatures and the right process.
Yeah. Are you there all the time too?
No, like I've got it. I was there before, but now I'm starting to put like the right people in the right places and delegate so that like I'm not physically there doing the tedious stuff.
Yeah.
I don't need to like babysit them. I need to watch over them, but not physically be there, hold their hand and babysit.
And you definitely build your way up to that too.
Right. It's definitely been the points where I was doing a lot of helping in the cooking because it was just cheaper.
Yeah.
You know, for me to do it than pay for somebody, and I wasn't big enough business-wise to have to I should be able to afford somebody else. So like there's ups and downs. There's times where it's busy enough that I can not have to do anything, and then there's times where it's not busy enough and I gotta jump in and help a little bit to do a little extra more.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's really cool. It's cool to see you start from, point A and be where you are now. Seemed like you were, I don't want to say like a one-man show, but it looked like you were pretty much doing it all on your own, to being able to hire people and have people under you and be able to kind of sit back and watch it just...
Yeah, it's definitely like really cool like experience to like trust the process. It's like been a whole process. Like we've known each other for what, like almost 4 years now, 5 years.
I would say
and so from where you saw me originally to like where it is now, the business, it's completely different. Went from probably doing maybe under 100 clients to now doing over 300 clients a week.
Yeah.
So it transforms a lot. There's a lot of highs and lows. There's a lot of times where like you said, I was the one-man show. I was taking care of everything because that's what I had to do. And now like there's a point where I don't have to do as much physically in the kitchen, but there's still a lot more other tasks that I have to do that people don't see.
But that just shows how much you care about it and how you're not going to just allow someone to take over it. You put so much, work into it, you want it to be
I definitely
exactly how you want it to be.
Yeah, I built it from like the ground up. Like I started it, like there was nothing handed to me or given to me, so it's like it's mine.
Yeah.
It's like my baby, and like I want to make sure that like it's this way, and if like people are outside and they do see like a meal or like they do see like my car driving around because it's got my logos on it, they don't think of anything like awful about it, and they're like, wow, this like good meal prep service, like the food's quality, and that's it. It's not like taken by like a corporation and then just like made into something it's not.
Yeah. Well, you definitely take care of a lot of people too. I've always seen you just be like, here, you want a meal? Here, try this. Here.
Yeah, I like feeding people. It's fun. You know what I mean? People can't like, you can't really be mad if you're eating something. You can't really be mad with like food in your belly.
Yeah.
And if you are mad, then here's some dessert. You know
Here's
what I
a
mean?
cookie.
Here's a cookie. Hopefully the cookie will make you happy.
A protein donut.
Right?
Well, like I said, I have so much respect for you, and just to see, I mean, honestly, not a lot of people can do what you do, and especially at such an age, like, some of us probably won't even get to where you are until we're maybe 30 or 40, but to be, how old? You're
28.
28, and you have a successful business, a business that's all around the Arizona, it's all around the valley. And I see CoreMaz Meals everywhere now. And it's crazy because I'm just like, I know you. I didn't tell you about that. So how do you know about that? So it's pretty cool.
It's been fun because, like, just up until this year, like, it's all been word of mouth.
Yeah.
So it's just, like, I like people. I'm a very, like, energetic person. Like, you know, like, I'll talk to anybody. Like, I don't care who it is. And so, like, I make it to where I've just tried to, like, help other people eat healthier. And I feel like I've been able to help a lot of people, like you've said, and it's very satisfying. It's very nice to know that I can do that little bit of help for a small fraction of the people, like in Arizona.
Yeah. Are you wanting it to go other places too, like outside of the valley?
It would be nice, but then like coming back to like my hands-on thing, I would have to. It'd be a lot of work, which isn't a problem like to get done. It's just within time and setting up the right things to make sure that no matter where it is, it all has the same values, the same, values and the same structure. I wouldn't want anything to like slip through and be any different anywhere else.
Yeah.
Because I just want it to be all in sync.
You don't want anyone to taint the name CoreMaz Meals.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense.
So.
Do you ever want like a storefront, like an actual, like where people can come in and just grab a meal?
I'd like maybe down the road, but that's when it comes like I feel like in a small business, a lot of overhead comes in.
Yeah.
Because now I have to have somebody sitting there that runs the cash register, someone that's gonna be there to either cook the food, keep the lights on, and it could go in ports where, let's say all the clients got their meals that day, and maybe you have a couple people that forgot that week. Yeah, those couple people will come in. But those couple of people aren't going to keep the doors open Monday through Friday when, nobody else is coming by, and pay people's salaries and things like that. So as of right now, like I'd maybe open it up to like a small smoothie bar kind of thing where I'll just have like some CoreMaz Meals stuff, maybe some other people's like gear, like workout trainers, supplements, something little. Just that you can come in, you can pick up your food on Sundays, and then you can hang out, get a shake, and it just give people like more incentive. Like if you come by to pick up your food, you get like a free shake or something.
It'd be like a community type thing.
Yeah, you just get to come in, hang out, pick up your food, and then like you can take off, say hi to whoever. It's like a little network.
Yeah.
Because I deliver to all kinds of people, from trainers, police officers, fire department, people that work at the court systems, a guy that breeds dogs like way out in Litchfield Park. Like there's a whole bunch of different people, old people, like. You name it.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really nice because everybody has to eat. And so you get to help a lot of people that way.
What's the saying? If it ain't broke...
Don't fix it?
Yeah, don't fix it.
What are we breaking?
I don't know. Like, your system works so well, so that's what I was trying to say is...
Oh, yeah, there's definitely kinks in it. There's definitely growing experiences and things that you learn along the way. Like, I was never brought up with much of a business background through my parents. And my parents are... definitely blue-collar workers. They worked their butt off to get to where they are right now. But never went to college myself. Was never really forced to go to college. I just started working. And that's kind of what I know. I know how to work hard and just get things done. And so I try to do it to food. Try to get it as smooth as I can to get people their food and make people happy.
Yeah. Well, you're definitely one of a kind.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I have no other questions. You want to, close it off with anything? Any experiences, wild stories that you know of?
Nothing too crazy, like wild. You get a lot of feedback from people being really happy. You know what I mean? Like, especially when like you're helping either them or they're ordering for like their mom and dad, where they are like helping their mom and dad eat a little bit healthier and make sure that everything's good for them. So I get a lot of feedback of people being very satisfied and very like appreciative of the service, which honestly at the end of the day makes me the happiest, because like I know I'm helping at least 200-300 people a week on every single week, and it's great, and it's just a small thing that I know with like food, everyone's gonna always need to eat, so I'll always be able to like still provide happiness and help other people no matter which way food goes with it. So
well, being a consistent buyer of your food, I do appreciate you. I appreciate your food, and I appreciate you working every single weekend for us.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Absolutely. That's what I love to do, so I'm not going to stop, I'll tell you that.
Good, don't stop.
Nope.
We won't let you. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Food Daddy, CoreMaz Meals, Corey, and then again, my name is Danielle. Do you want to give them your Instagram or any social media? My
Instagram is CoreMaz_Meals. You can see it up here. That'll be my Instagram, and then what's yours?
Mine is BabyD_fitness.
So check us out on Instagram and give us a follow.
Yeah.